For the audiences at home watching the game and, of course, people in attendance, a really well-played game.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On second down, here's Keenum. And the pressure gets to him again. Cliff Averill in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Keenum. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 25. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They come out here in the eye. The play clock's running down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's 3rd and goal. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A great play there from 4 yards out. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. And the lead is now 24. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in the league in scoring to leading the league in scoring and winning a division title. And how about the New Orleans Saints? Rookie of the Year, offense and defense. Alvin Kamara on offense, Marshawn Lattimore on defense.
On first down, Murray. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
To throw on second down is Keenum. On the catch, it's Jarius Wright. And some big-time hitting going on there. He is knocked to the ground near the 42.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Michael Bennett's versatility, being able to play any position along the defensive front, allows him to make those types of plays. He finds good matchups and gets into the offensive backfield.
And there it works for a tackle for loss. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change the possession here. Now, caution, many of these guys could be re-signed, I know, but who are some of them? Kirk Cousins is one.
Yeah, we're talking about difference makers. Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. He's going to be coveted around the league for like quarterback-needy teams. Case Keenum had a big year. Could he move? But how about running backs? Le'Veon Bell, Dion Lewis, some pass catchers, Jimmy Graham, Jarvis Landry, Sammy Watkins. And about the guy who goes and gets quarterbacks, DeMarcus Lawrence had a monster year for Dallas last season.
Yeah, a lot of big names that could be out there as free agents. Now Wilson on second down. Dancing to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Daniil Hunter in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's third and long here. Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down. So on fourth down, as seen on TV, here's their resident strongman, John Ryan, on to punt. Marcus Sherrill's back deep for Minnesota. Fair catch called for and taken just inside the 10-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over first and 10. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. Keenum now on first down. Able to fight through one tackle. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. And they're going to go soft on the corners. Third and long. It's Keenum.
And he's going to go down for a 4th time today, and this time the result is a safety.
And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point.
Look at those stick skills.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Now a play fake here on first down. They'll roll him out right. And that is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Second down following the incompletion. Wilson off the play fake. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Carson. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Seahawks on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Off play action. Wilson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a big play that time on the fake punt. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. They go play action here on first down. Now he steps away. And he fires one that's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage. But instead, he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Shotgun snap for Keenum. He's going to air one out. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
Kyle Rudolph, the tight end, in motion. Throwing on third down, Keenum. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on fourth down. The final shot before the break. Keenum, he's going to let this one go deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. A good comeback there after the penalty. 9 yards, and it's 2nd and 6.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They go play action now. Wilson, he's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. A very tough run, but for a short gain out near the 32. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and just like that, it's third down. Still in search of the first down after that last completion. Here's Wilson. Off play action. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. 17 yards on the pickup there, and also a first down.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
They run it with Carson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. Off the play fake. Wilson. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turned into a nice play.
The Seahawks on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now it's Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Anthony Barr able to run him down for a 15-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. Here's John Ryan now. On presumably to punt, though he did complete a pass earlier. And it's taken in at the 9. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker board?
Yeah, those two.
And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Here's Keenum to throw. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Michael Wilhoit in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon. They will go for it. It's Keenum. Buying time to his left. And he's going to go down again. Michael Wilhoit in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Well, apparently they weren't interested in playing the field position game. They opt to keep their offense out there. A big mistake in hindsight.
Yeah, that one backfired. In hindsight's always 20/20, but let's call it what it was. We would have first guessed that one and said, don't do it here. Bad situation. I think they need to be close.
The ball comes out, and the Vikings pick up the football.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. They'll try and get the running game going here with Murray. Murray fighting, lost the football.
Wow, that ball is not free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
All right, here we go. Gun!
Shift together here from the D-line. Here's Keenum now on 2nd down. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. K.J. Wright in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. The Vikings on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. near his goal line. Here's Keenum. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, the fans should be applauding this defense right now. It's an excellent job. They force a 3 and out, and they should be able to set up their guys with great field position, probably near midfield or better.
And it appears the offense is going to try this again. They've yet to convert the first 3 times on 4th down, but they're going once more. They do go for it. It's Keenum. And it is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And boy, that means this next drive is going to start at the 3-yard line. They come out here in the eye. Here's Wilson. That is caught at the 7-yard line. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field.
To throw is Wilson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Eric Kendricks coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now the offense still needs 9 yards here on 3rd and goal. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
That factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be a...
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 22. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
Wilson now off the bootleg. This is caught, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Trey Madden, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
All right, now look at Leopard.
On 1st and 10, here's Keenum. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Back to the air. Keenum on 2nd down. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
To throw is Keenum. And he's able to find Diggs. And he is leveled. Knocked down hard. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
All right, here we go. Over. Watch it now, Barney. No. Check. Patriot.
Keenum. He sets to fire deep. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So incomplete on 1st. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. Keenum going to throw. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot, not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. K.J. Wright able to disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack of the afternoon. On 2nd down, here's Keenum. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The wide receiver moving to a new spot. On 3rd and long, it's Keenum. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. And he motions the wide receiver. Desperation time for Keenum on 4th. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. The decision to go for it pays off, and now they're set up 1st and goal. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. First and goal. Defense with their backs against the wall.
Detroit! Detroit! Check 52. All right, here we go. Over.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Keenum to throw again. Flushed out right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
To throw on second down is Keenum. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Time for a break. This one all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. This offense so far on third down, just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is third and goal. Throwing now is Keenum. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now Keenum got to have this one. And this is incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this shutout is going to continue as the defense holds again. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Now they try the right side here. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. The Seahawks on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is going to be 3rd and 13. And to give this time to the tailback. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Here's John Ryan now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Sherrills to return it. So Charles are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive, a shutout in the NFL. And maybe what's fitting is they ended the game on the field, that defensive unit on the field. What an exclamation mark.
And probably felt like they could go another 60 minutes without anyone putting points on the board against them. That's the confidence you gain throughout when you're pitching a shutout. And they're going to leave the stadium feeling like they're all 10 feet tall.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.